Texas Hold'em is a variation of poker in which the objective is to make the best 5-card poker hand possible using any combination of players, 2 hold cards, and 5 community cards. Now here's a quick breakdown of a card ranking in poker from lowest to highest. The lowest rank and has no peers, but has 1 high card. Pair is followed by pair, which is 2 cards of the same rank, and thereafter by 2 pairs. This combination contains 3 cards of the same rank, and counts 5 cards in sequence, but not all of the same suit is straight. A flush is even stronger than a straight, and is made with any 5 cards have an identical suit. Then comes full house. This colorful hand is made up of 3 cards of 1 rank and 2 cards of another rank, 4 of a kind. This is the next highest hand, and it ranks just above a full house. The highest and the least common hand strength in Texas Hold'em are straight flush, royal flush, respectively. In poker, 2 or more people can get involved. In this tutorial, we will show you 5-player game, the most popular on the internet. Gameplay begins in a clockwise direction with the dealer, whose position is marked by the dealer button. Directly left to the dealer, there are 2 compulsory bets known as the small blind and the big blind. The big blind has to double the amount of the small blind, and it's also the minimum bet at the table, and the others can play for free. To make it fair, in the next game, different players have to post small and big blinds. Once the blinds are posted, the players are dealt 2 cards at one time. These 2 cards are known as hold cards. Once the hold cards are dealt, the first bidding round called pre-flop begins. The players make the first decision on whether or not to play their hand, since the small and the big blind have already committed chips to the pot. The first action begins with a player seated left at the big blind position, called under the gun. If a player wishes to play their hand, there are 3 different options the player can take. He can call, which means a player has to match the big blind amount, which is also a minimum bet at the table if he wants to stay in the game. Or he can raise, which means putting in more chips. Last option is to fold, which means quitting the game. The next player will also have similar options. Once every player has contributed the chips move to one side of the table called pot, and the second round, the flop round, begins. 3 community cards are dealt face up on poker table. Now, every player can use his 2 hold cards and 3 community cards to form the best poker card. In this round, small blind is the first to act. He can check, which means not betting anything and passing his turn to the next player. Or he can bet by putting some more money, which other players will have to match if they want to stay in the game. The final option is to fold. Let's say player 1 wants to bet by putting some amount. The next player can fold or he can call, which means matching the betting amount if he wants to stay in the game. Remember, he cannot check because the first player wants to bet and he has already put some amount on the table. Once everyone has contributed the same amount of money, the third betting round, the turnaround, begins. 1 more community card will be dealt on the table. Now, you have 6 cards available to you. 2 in your hand and 4 on the table. Use any 5 cards out of the 6 cards to make the best poker card. Third betting round is exactly the same as how you play in the second betting round. Once everyone has contributed the same amount of money, we come to the last betting round, the river round. 1 more community card will be dealt on the table, which means there are now 7 cards available to you. 2 in your hand and 5 on the table. After the 4th betting rounds, any player remaining will have to show his cards in the showdown. Whoever has the best 5-card poker hand wins the pot and the rest lose. It's a winner takes all.